Hey everyone, it is livecamant coming at you today with another spectacular multicam municipal livecam site coming out of the amazing and beautiful Indonesia. This is another camera from the North Sumatra region from a place called Kabupaten Asahan, which is a regency in northern Sumatra in Indonesia. Now, once again, this is a site that is provided by the local government or municipality for a city or an area, not really a city, but a regency of about 800,000 people. Now, it's very, very plain Jane when it comes to the look of the actual website, but it has some fantastic cameras. Before we take a look, let's get to 100 subscribers, people. That's a milestone I can't wait to reach, and thanks to all of you who have already subscribed. You're making it so much easier. And for those of you that haven't yet, it's real easy, it's free. Hit that subscribe button below, throw me a thumbs up. It's really going to help the channel to grow and for YouTube to share the videos with more and more people. And hey, as I've been saying all along, I do have a PayPal link in the description. I don't make any money from these videos, so if you wanted to show your support and appreciation by buying me a cup of coffee, that's how you would do it. Thanks everybody. Now let's get to this amazing multicam site. Now, as I mentioned, this site is not spectacular when it comes to the actual build of the website. But hey, what it lacks in fancy features on the main page, it makes up for with 9 live cameras. Let's take a peek at one. All right, so we've got the beautiful scene, and of course, we can go full screen. We don't have as many options as the last site that we looked at in Indonesia, but we do have full screen, and it is wonderful nonetheless. And what a great looking camera it is. It does look like it has audio, but I'm not hearing anything, so they've probably got the audio disabled on the camera. But nonetheless, what a great scene. This looks to me more like an Indonesian village as opposed to a city center or a larger community, and that is fantastic. I love it. We're seeing more of the motorcycles and obviously the motorcycle taxis in this scene, as opposed to in the last camera, in the last place we visited, where there were more of the larger van taxis and commercial vehicles traveling around. Here we've got the tuk-tuks. Love it, love it. We've got the traditional village style buildings, the wires going all over the place. This drives my wife crazy. Where we live, all the wiring is underground. You just simply don't see this anymore. This reminds me of my youth back in Canada when everything was running overhead. Fantastic. What an amazing scene. I love to see these little tuk-tuks zooming around. I've ridden in many of them in my day, as I have lived in Asia for 20 years. I've not visited Indonesia yet, but from everything I'm seeing right now in today's videos, I can't wait to go visit someday. Some people again would see this as chaos with these motorcycles zipping around everywhere, vehicles coming and going into oncoming traffic. I'm very used to that now. I just love it. I love it. I'd love to know what these little shops are all up and down the row here. But you know what? We've got 9 cameras to look at. So let's go out of full screen here and look at, that was the Mas Mansur camera. Let's look at the Pos Polisi Kota camera. That sounds very interesting. Once again, we will go full screen. And again, the camera is showing 12:34 in Indonesia, which would be right because it's 1:34 p.m. here in China. They are 1 hour behind. So this camera is live. It is today, and it is amazing. Again, some people might look at this and say, oh, this is a little boring, but I don't think so at all. Street level cameras are my absolute favorite. We get to see the people. We get to see what they're doing, what they're wearing, what they're eating. We can't hear what they're saying, but that's okay. I don't speak Indonesian anyway, as you can probably tell by the way I pronounce the names of these places. But I love to see the little shops. I love to see the different vehicles, the different people leading their lives, doing their stuff. We've got guys on bicycles, motorcycles, tuk-tuks, personal cars. What a fantastic, fantastic collection of cameras. So like I said, what the site doesn't have in fancy graphics on the main page, it more than makes up for in the options for live cameras. And there are 9 cameras, so let's keep going through them here so we can keep seeing what we have on offer. Now we've got LED lights. I remember these because I worked for a company that sold these types of lights specifically in countries like Indonesia and Thailand. But yeah, so nifty. Somebody's selling something over here, phone cards maybe, something along those lines with their little umbrella, their motorcycle there, their own little business. We've got all these little shops up and down this street. And again, just motorcycles, tuk-tuks, taxis, wiring everywhere. Organized chaos, as I call it. I love it. Organized chaos. What's this guy? Well, I was going to say, what's he got in the bag on the back of his motorcycle? But I don't think that's a bag at all. I think that's a woman with a covering over her to keep that hot sun, that hot Indonesian sun off her. Look at these amazing little motorcycle taxis. So damn cool. What's interesting though, I'm not sure I understand why, but as I'm looking at this car here, I'm noticing that it has the windshield wipers lifted up. Could it be that it's so dang hot that the rubber on those windshield wipers, if left all day in the sun cooking, might actually get damaged or melt to the glass? I've never seen that before. That's very interesting. I'm curious about that. If I were there, I'd find who owned the car and ask them, just because I'm just that kind of guy. I go and ask people. Got kids running around. We got, it looks like a kid running around. What a cool scene. Now we're getting a little bit of stuttering on this camera, but again, it's very likely Wi-Fi. Who knows how far away it is to the access point, but thanks so much for sharing anyway. So let's take a look at some more cameras here while we have some time. Another pretty cool scene here, not as much going on. It looks like a train track going through the middle of the road there. However, it does look quite paved over here, so I suspect that there isn't a train that actually goes along. Looks like we've got a clothing store here with the latest in, I'm going to guess, Muslim women's fashions, because Indonesia is a primarily Muslim country, so you will see that a lot more. Beautiful woodwork here on what I'm going to guess is a restaurant. Ooh, this guy's taking his time over that. It must be quite bumpy. The little motorcycles don't care. They just go flying over top of it. But I suppose the larger cars do want to protect their suspensions a bit. But yeah, my wife's hometown, in one of the villages that we drive through, yeah, you drive very, very slowly because the roads are not in the greatest of shape. But I just love how just whatever side you want to go through, just go. It's a little bit of chaos, but I love it. These old poles just covered in wiring, and I see KEN there. I'm gonna guess that's a chicken restaurant. Oh baby, let's go get some chicken. Let's see what else we got. Stadion Mutiara. Okay, now this one we're not seeing a lot. This one we're seeing a whole bunch of road, but we're not seeing the businesses. We're not really seeing the sidewalks, just a little bit here, and the motorcycles. Not even seeing a lot of cars so far. Just a lot of motorcycles shooting around, and maybe in this particular neighborhood there's just not a lot of non-motorcycle traffic. Boy, some of those guys are flying though. They're not wearing helmets. Take care guys. Don't hurt yourselves. Got a kid over here standing here with his school bag, waiting for mom or dad to come pick him up, maybe take him to school. Looks like lunch is over, or maybe he's just going for lunch. But interestingly enough, not seeing any cars. And the road does look like it's been patched there. The road actually looks in quite good nick, so interesting. Not a lot going on in this camera. Oh, there's a car, but that's okay. We have more to look at. All right, now this one looks a little busier. We've got this great big billboard here. Couldn't tell you what they're selling. Couldn't tell you if it's a restaurant, a hotel, a shop. No idea. But hey, if you know, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what that is. Another really nice little street scene. Unfortunately, this billboard is taking up quite a bit of it, and that could very much be on purpose. These people might have known that there is a live camera here and decided to get some huge free advertising there, and good on them. Why not? If you can, why wouldn't you? But we've got the Dicky Baxo. We've got this little stand here. This little yellow guy looks like a little snack stand, something you'd eat. And again, little restaurants, businesses all up and down the road here. Love these little taxis. Love them. This does look like a more industrial area, though, much smaller in scope of the types of vehicles and the look of the homes and the houses, as opposed to the last camera. However, to me, just as amazing. Love it. Love it. So this guy hopped out of his vehicle, so I'm wondering if he's backing in. I'm guessing that he's going to be backing in. He's going to be stopping traffic so that this truck, yeah, can back in without running over the motorcycles who are racing at him at breakneck speed. Good job, good job. Don't know what they're hauling there, but they got a big load of something. Something. And then the people will be squeezing past as soon as possible. You gotta keep things moving, baby. Keep it moving. All right, we've got a few cameras left. Let's keep going and see what else we've got. What a great site. 9 cameras. So far, they've all been great. Bakso Idola. I'm going to guess that's a little restaurant of some kind. I see little plates of food on the picture there. We've got an ATM nearby. We've got rotis and cakes at the Fakira. We've got a mosque off in the distance there. Beautiful, beautiful. Got another one of these great big huge billboards, but apparently nobody has decided to advertise on that one. And once again, a lot of people would be put off by smaller communities like this. I've actually lived in communities like this in China, and I may yet again go back and live in one of these communities. I was just in a place that looked just like this a couple weeks ago, talking with the local people, probably the first white person they'd ever seen in real life, and they were so friendly, so nice. I loved it. We had a great time. I can't wait to go back. Of course, that was China. This is Indonesia, different places, but the same feel, the same idea. I really, really love it. This is so awesome. But yeah, so many little motorcycles pulling in here. Again, it's 12:42. It's lunchtime. These could be all this motorcycles of workers coming to get a nice little roti or cake at the Fakira restaurant. Looks awesome. Looks awesome. I would go eat there myself if I were nearby. And this definitely puts me closer to saying that Indonesia and these types of little places are definitely on my bucket list, and they're more achievable for me than other locations because I am in Asia. It would be quite easy for me to get here. Ooh, look at this. This is the bigger tuk-tuk motorcycle taxi. Now that's the family size there. Got some lovely ladies here going to the bank. All right, a couple more cameras. Let's keep going. Ooh, a traffic circle. Nifty. This camera I like a lot. We don't get to see much from the left and right, but we do get to see this entire row of traffic, of shops along the traffic here. And what a funky looking traffic circle. Traffic circles in my culture, in Canada, are scary as hell just because there are very strict and specific rules for traffic circles that nobody in my country knows how to use them properly, and so you get a lot of accidents, a lot of people bumping into each other. But yeah, this is just chaos. This is just run into that circle and take your chances. When I was younger, when I first came to China, there were a lot of these type of traffic circles too. They've pretty much phased them out of all the major cities, but in some of the smaller communities you still see them. But we've got a little general goods store. I can tell because they're selling fans and different things out front. Very important in Indonesia. It is hot. We've got some kids' balloons and toys over here. The camera itself is not particularly high quality. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. The colors are very nice. It's very, very clear what's going on, but it's not crisp like the last camera was, so zooming in would just lose too much resolution. But what a fantastic camera. Again, I'd love to walk down this street and just see what all these little individual shops are. And as far as just sitting here and numbing my brain when I'm done on the other monitor, and I can't look at my Chinese lessons or whatever I was watching on that monitor anymore. Something like this I can just look at and go and just watch the little motorcycles going in circles and life going by. Unbelievable. We've got one more camera. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video, but we've got to take a look at all 9. This is just too cool. And here we go. We've got well, we don't have a lot here. All the businesses and everything are down up at this end. Here we've got parks or perhaps gardens, schools, things of that nature. The most striking feature of this particular camera is, of course, the construction going on in the middle of the road here. Nobody's working on it at the moment, but that's okay. Maybe they, like some countries, do most of their construction work for safety and heat purposes at night, because Indonesia is a very hot country. So yeah, not as much to see on this particular road, and I'm seeing a lot more commercial traffic on this road, so perhaps this is leading to a highway or leading out of town or to a commercial district where we're going to start seeing more big trucks and commercial vehicles, which could be why they're requiring some road work. Still fantastic. Not my favorite out of the 9, but still a great camera. Just checking to see if the sound is working, but it is not. So there we go, people. The CCTV Kabupaten Asahan site. Not much to look at as far as the flashy website itself goes, but 9 spectacular live street view cameras for you to come look at. I will, of course, leave the link directly to this site in the description below. I encourage you to go take a look. Fantastic insight into day-to-day life in northern Indonesia. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and we will see you in the next video.